beat.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. We hope this St. Paddy's Day is bringing everyone out there good luck so far. We're dialing up some NBA action for you here on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Detroit Pistons going up against the Miami Heat. Two NBA greats, Grant Hill and Steve Smith, our analysts tonight. With our reporter, Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And let's check Miami's starting lineup. They've got Russell Westbrook, and it's the great one in at the 5 spot. And for Detroit, Ivy at the 2 with Thompson at the 3. Isaiah Stewart out there with Duran. And it's Cunningham in at the 1. And what a great guard matchup we have tonight. Smitty, I know you're a big fan of games like this.
I am. Guard play is so incredible right now in the NBA. Both of these teams are loaded in the backcourt. I expect them to trade punches back and forth.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. Here's the great one. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Cunningham against Westbrook. Who poked away. Stolen by Bryant. Fast break Miami. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. The great one passes to Bryant. For 3, Westbrook on target from range.
Check out Russell utilizing his range and making the most of that look.
And here's Cunningham. He really had an off game against the Heat. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Oh, gets you some.
Show us some power.
Nice.
Ooh, and powered down. What a jam.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G slam cam. Shot to stop the run. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Terrific recognition there from Jaden Ivey, spotting the open man and wasting no time getting him the ball.
Oh, got that one up quick.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Stewart. Back to Cunningham. And he's going for the lob. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
The Heat have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Pass to the great one. goes. Jam that one home.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And Grant, the resiliency and determination of the Heat, not to be underestimated.
Well, B.A., last season became just the second 8th seed in NBA history to advance to the finals. And Jimmy Butler said it. We don't care if you pick us to win. We never have. We never will. And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Cunningham on the wing, pounded by Westbrook. Cunningham passes to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ivy. Oh, that one's off. Still out of sync. Ivy against Bryant. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Count it.
And guys, one thing that's triggered this run, their proficiency inside the three-point line.
Ivy with the ball. Doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. Down low. Here's Stewart. It's hauled in by the Heat. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
For me, they're turning defense into offense, creating opportunities by taking the ball away. Great effort.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Free throw good. Brian. And both free throws good for Brian. Well, Grant, going into these back-to-back games, do you think coaches are more conscious of the disbursement of minutes in the first game?
You know, they have an idea of the total number of minutes they want their superstar in over the two-day period. But it really comes down to how this first game goes.
And the Pistons call time here. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
And here we go, the Heat fast break. Here's the great one. Hits a three-pointer. The great one's got 7.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Now here's Cunningham. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. To get back on track. Basket counts. Cunningham's gotten his second bucket.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
17-foot shot on the way, and there are the Heat with another bucket.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Now Cunningham. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
If you're the defense, you have to know where Cunningham is at all times.
Westbrook outside. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons, trailing by 19. Here's Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
What dedication by Thompson, refusing to let the defense get the upper hand there.
Over to the left wing. Jordan, the pass to the great one. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Now here's Ivy. The D's right on him. Off the mark with a little step back J.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
From deep, Jordan. And the Heat, another 3.
And excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
On the wing, Thompson. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. Miami has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. Grant, plenty of guys show up to the league, accomplished athletes. Asar Thompson is no exception.
Yeah, I mean, he and his twin brother Amen both possess elite explosiveness, BA. At 6'7" and a 7-foot wingspan, all the tools to succeed and the work ethic to make it happen.
Detroit calls timeout.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
So for the Pistons, Fontecchio comes in for Stewart, and it's Grimes in for Ivy. Durant, the pass to Thompson. Here's Grimes. That's tipped. And here comes the break. He goes up, and then Bryant with the dunk.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Detroit is shooting a solid 50% in the opening quarter. Here we go, one-on-one. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And the the Heat, another three.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Thompson against Bryant. Stolen by Bryant. Pass to Jordan. Here's the great one. Fires for three. Sinks the tray. The great one's got 15 points.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
If you love analytics, this is what this is all about. They favor the three ball. You can pile up points in a hurry.
And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. Number one, the Heat.
You have to appreciate their effort and conditioning. It takes a lot of energy to play that fast breaking style.
And Miami has possession. Here's the three. Nails it from three. 18 points for him.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Bryant. And another fast break opportunity for the Heat. Here we go.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Westbrook against Cunningham. Out left to the wing. Can they get it? Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Both sides going at it. Classic good offense versus good defense.
From deep, Jordan sends it home from three-point land.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Knocked loose. Ooh, it's stolen by Jordan. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
First personal foul.
Wiseman, he's checked in for Detroit. Metu comes in for Thompson.
Michael Jordan. 1 shot.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Metu. Tries again. Can't hit that one. Westbrook with the defensive effort. Miami dominating the game. Now here's Bryant. 14 points for him last game against Detroit. And yep, it's good.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Now here's Wiseman. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Here's Grimes, covered by Jordan to end the cold spell. Pass to Fontecchio. Here's Wiseman. 6 to shoot. The Pistons need to get one up quick. There's Cunningham with a 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
It's Bryant with a drive. And then Bryant with the dunk.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Cunningham against Westbrook. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
And the Pistons shooting just about 29% so far. Not great. .143 left in the first quarter of the game. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's see some of the numbers here for him. Miami dominating the game. From the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
The great one's gone a phenomenal 5 of 5 from deep. Really in the zone right now. Here's Wiseman, and he makes it on the layup.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Now here's Jordan. He's guarded closely to the inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
And here's Cunningham. 6 points for him. Knocked away. And they're on the run. For 3, Westbrook. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Cunningham. The 15-footer is good. Cunningham's got 8.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Out to the right wing. With the drive. They get it back. And a two-handed jam.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
And here's Detroit. And here's the fast break. Here's the great one. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. The great one's got 27 points.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Pass to Wiseman. There's the 3. He's off on that one. And so it's Miami making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. More 2K action. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show.
I'll tell you what, judging from that first period, you have to love what they're doing offensively.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
Setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Also Jimmy Butler out there. And it's Wade in at the 2. Here's the great one. Flushes it down to finish the break.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. And the Pistons shooting just 35% from the floor. Tipped away. Once again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Wade. Knocks down the triple.
I guess if anyone was concerned about Wade's wheels, there's the answer.
On the wing, Thompson. Miami grabs the miss. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
Rose against Ivy. Thompson passes to Grimes. And here's Ivy from the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so it's Rose who brings up the ball for Miami. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And the Heat, another 3.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Ivy against Rose. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
And the defensive IQ of Rose is impressive. Knows when to strike and pounce on steals.
Detroit calls timeout. And Grant, some players feel like certain officials have it out for them. Did you ever see any of that?
You know what, B.A.? The refs are human too. Yes, I did say that. But they're supposed to be impartial. So you go after them for a while, it's possible they will hold a grudge.
Fast break, Miami. Antetokounmpo for 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
How many transition points are they going to give up? This is insane.
Now here's Ivy, tightly guarded. Fast break, here come the Heat. Here's Wade. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Wade's got 6 points.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Wade's gone 2 for 2 so far from 3. Here's Thompson. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
A nimble play by the Rook. Thompson had to stay agile to beat the contact.
Wade, the pass to Butler. And there's the drive. And it's Butler with the jam.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Ivy against Rose. Outside for Butler. And it's Butler who slams it down.
Explosiveness by Butler. Leaping way off the ground for that dunk.
So it's Detroit now. Ivy with the ball. No points yet. Good D by Rose.
Tremendous defensive effort, saving a bucket right there.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Butler. And the Heat, another three.
Confidence of Jimmy Butler, one of his great strengths.
For Detroit, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Grimes, the pass to Stewart. And out of bounds, the Heat will take it.
Heat ball.
And a look now at the Detroit Pistons' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics. And then on Wednesday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement. The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Ivy. Got a piece of it, and it's stolen by Rose. And another fast break from Miami. The Heat running.
D-Wade, considered one of the best in the open court, he still has the tools.
And the Pistons shooting only 33%. Not exactly consistent offense. It's Thompson, high post. Rose against Ivy. And he lobs it up. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Rose, the pass to Wade. Butler surveying the floor. And the Heat, another three.
The J from Jimmy Butler is becoming money, burying those shots.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Commissioner Adam Silver maintains that he is not against shortening the regular season. He said, quote, the fact that teams are focused on load management and players are resting, it sends a message. And while he doesn't want to be tradition bound, guys, he said whatever happens, they'd ensure every team visits every city at least once per season.
That's an interesting point there from the commissioner. Thanks, Allie. Here's Duren. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Ivy against Rose. Thompson passes to Ivy. And there's the lob.
The decision-making of Ivy, it's improved since he stepped into the league.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue. How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. For Detroit, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. A peek now at our rookie leaderboard to see who led the way in steals this past month. You look at Thompson, a constant threat, 3rd overall in steals.
And simply put, over the last month, he's been fantastic. Active hands leading to a lot of steals.
Rose against Ivy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's blocked.
What defensive awareness from Derrick Rose, had the shot well anticipated.
And the foul on Jaden Ivey. That's his first foul of the game for the Pistons. Wiseman, he's checked in for Duren. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Grimes.
Cade Cunningham.
Butler passes to Rose. Shoots over Thompson, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Rose has got 8 points here in the quarter. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Thompson outside. Beyond the arc. It's not going to go for him. Wing shot on the way. And again, it's Miami converting.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Detroit with the ball. Cunningham outside. Thompson outside. Now Cunningham. Give him 8 points now. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Butler. Rose with it. Stewart defends. Here's the great one. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Looking to win the run. They grab their own miss. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go.
Detroit basketball.
So for the Pistons, Metu comes in for Stewart, and Fontecchio subbed in for Thompson. Ivy outside, lets the 3 fly. Shots blocked. Here's the great one. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket.
Blow it down, young
Clear the deck.
Deck cleared.
And a big time jam right there.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Now here's Cunningham. Rebound by the Heat. Wade, pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Detroit has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. To stop the drought. And it's blocked by Butler. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler.
Basketball.
Here's Metu. Antetokounmpo covering. Shot clock at 6.
Yeah, such an imposing defensive force. Giannis with the great timing on the rejection. They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Yep, that one goes. Wade's got 13 points in this quarter.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
Here's Fontecchio. No points so far. Here's Metu. Antetokounmpo covering. Pass to the great one. Wow! Crazy good! Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
The Pistons shooting just 24% on this one. Not great. Here's Ivy. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
From deep, Rose. And the Heat, another three.
They've been unable to get guys back up court.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now here's Cunningham. Give him 8 points now. Oh, they get a hand on it. And it's stolen by Rose. And again, Miami running the court in transition. Here's the great one. And again, Miami with a triple.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
And here's Ivy. Poke loose. Going all the way to the rack by himself. And the finish on the break with the slam.
Boy, Wade in his prime made a play like that just about every night.
A minute 22 left in the second period. Cunningham with the ball. Now guarded by Butler. And it's stolen by Rose. And here we go, the Heat fast break. And here's Butler outside. And again, Miami with a triple.
I really like how they're controlling the pace in the open court.
Detroit has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Knocked away. Yet another steal from him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
Fires in the triple. Rose has got 14 points for the game.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
Now here's Cunningham. Ooh, they can't stop the run with that one. Here's Wade. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Everything is working for D. Wade. He is turning back that clock.
32 seconds left in the second quarter. Rose, the pass to Butler. Jumps up. And it's Butler who slams it down.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Detroit with the ball. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Pass to Antetokounmpo. In transition. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. One second left. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Heat out in front, running away with it. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what was your impression?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a trap.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
I know it's not the case, but it seemed like they were lacking on the offensive game. Maybe some guys were improvising when they should have been making the next pass, but hey, not looking good out there.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably had. To happen quickly. Well, the Pistons shooting a tough 22% from the field so far. Cunningham and Ivy are the backcourt pair. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now. In transition, here they come. Ball's going up the court. Here's the great one. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bryant. We are getting deep in the season. Let's see the standings out east. You take a look at Miami. A fantastic season so far for them. First place in the conference. And check it out, Detroit. They need to work much harder to climb out of the bottom of the conference.
I think for the Heat, they've been relentless competitors all season long. They've assured themselves of a lot of home games in the postseason, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
And here we go, the Heat fast break. Here's the great one. Counted from distance. The great one's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're pushing the ball at pretty much every opportunity.
Detroit calls timeout.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush, there's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for him.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Pass to Stewart. Back to Ivy. Clock at 6. From 11 feet away. Oh, Jordan with the block. Fast break, Miami. And the Heat, another three.
And getting out in transition has really helped fuel this run.
And here's Detroit. Cunningham outside. Stewart finds Cunningham. To stop the run, and the layup is up and in. Cunningham's got 10.
I see the ball handling, Cade, and he isn't scared to try new things.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, did you see that finish?
I'm amazed at the level of creativity by Russell Westbrook. His dunks are special. He's an outstanding athlete.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Now here's Thompson. He has 6. Duren comes up empty down low.
Ugly start to this half, hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
From deep, Jordan. And again, Miami with a triple.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Here's Duren. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. There's the block.
It's just so hard to score in this league, especially when you're out of rhythm. You got to feel for them tonight. They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Cunningham passes to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Bryant. It's a one-on-one situation. Takes a 3. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in his many attempts.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
The Pistons have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And here are the most accurate point guards in the NBA this season when it comes to field goal percentage. Russell Westbrook on top. Second, Derrick Rose.
It's really simple. As a point guard, it's your job to create good shots for others. These guys also are great at creating shots for themselves.
You're right. I don't care what position it is. With percentages like that, get them more shots.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, some teams are hoping that the league will implement what they call an upper spending limit and others might call a hard cap. Small market teams being dramatically outspent by their deeper pocketed big town rivals. And while this may remedy that, it's not a move that the players are likely to embrace. So Brian, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will indeed. That second apron might have the same effect. Allie, thanks. From deep, Jordan. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Miami?
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
Yeah, another thing they did well defensively, closing out. Inside and outside, their defenders were flying out to shooters.
Once again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. Blocked. And so the ball out of bounds. Duren touched it last. And the Pistons making a change here. Grimes is checked in.
What's in Grimes?
Westbrook, the pass to Bryant. Here's the great one. Uses the glass on the layup. The great one's got 39.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
Thompson outside. Three-pointer, Stewart. Rebound by the Heat. The Great Ones got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Bryant. Three-pointer. And again, Miami with a triple.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
Westbrook comes with a double. Here's Stewart. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for the Heat. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Over Cunningham. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
You can see it in his eyes. Russ gets that look when he's locked in. It's been that way all night.
Cunningham against Westbrook. Here's Stewart. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. The Great Ones got 41.
Michael Jordan.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Fast break, here come the Heat. From behind the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Still has the quickness to get by you. Russell Westbrook likes to put the D on his heels, then stop and pop.
Got a piece of it. He's watched by Cunningham. And the Heat, another three.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Westbrook with it. Now Thompson defending. Here's Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Solid pass right there by Westbrook. He's all about getting his teammates involved.
Cunningham with the ball. He's got 10. To end the drought. And Russell Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jordan, the pass to Westbrook. Here's the Great One, defended by Thompson. Here's the Great One. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Here's Thompson. He's got 6. He swipes the ball away again.
Gotta be careful around him.
Man, he's been incredible at coming up with steals.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
Most teams now are looking to play with pace. No better way to ignite the break than off a turnover.
As usual, he's laser focused on defense. That's a nice shot contest.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Now Cunningham. To the left side wing. Pass to Stewart. And there's the rejection.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Now here's Jordan. Here's the great one. 43 points in the game.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And Detroit has possession. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Cunningham. The Heat making their last shot.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Duran. To halt the run. No good, a bit long that time.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
The great one passes to Bryant, shoots over Thompson, and there are the Heat with another bucket.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
A minute 35 left in the third quarter of the game. Cunningham against Westbrook. He's got a clear path. Rips down the breakaway slam.
I love when Russell Westbrook gambles on defense. He grabs the steal and jump starts the fast break.
And we've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Grimes, the pass to Thompson. Pass to Duran. It's hauled in by the great one. The great one's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Bryant, the pass to Westbrook. Fires the 3. Knocks down the long J. Westbrook's got 23.
If you're the defense, you have to live with these results. Westbrook is capable of connecting when under pressure.
So it's Detroit now. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 10. Here's Grimes. It's good.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Thompson against Bryant. Driving in from 18 feet away. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Bryant's got 12 points in just the second half. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Stewart. And here's Cunningham. Six on the shot clock. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Heat. The great one's got rebound number 8 now. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Oh, they're on fire. The run punctuated by the big trifecta.
And so it's the Miami Heat showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Derrick Rose, and it's the great one in at the center position. For 3, sinks it from distance. T's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And with his height, the defense unable to impact the shot on the closeout.
Here's Sasser. Pass to Flynn. Good.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Here's A-Train. Pulls up on the wing. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
He needs to be more proactive on offense and shoot it more. He's making most of his shots, so he's got to demand the ball more.
Here's Flynn, and it's blocked. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And there it is for him.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Pushing it up now. Here's the great one. And he jams it home with authority.
The assist.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Well, from broadcasting to team ownership, heading USA basketball, Grant, what drives you to do so much these days?
Well, B.A., I'm an active guy, and I had a great playing career, but the things I wasn't able to do because of the injury, I think, left me even more motivated to excel and try new things in this next chapter of my life.
Pass to Wiseman. And another fast break for Miami. The Heat running. Here's the great one. And Miami again with the bucket.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Fast break Miami. The finish. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And so it's Detroit with it. The Heat making their last shot. Fournier for 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's A-Train. And the Heat, another 3.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Sasser can't hit.
Tremendous defensive effort, saving a bucket right there.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And the basket by B.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Here's Flynn. Offensive rebound. And rejected. Rose outside. Pass to the great one. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Rose. The great one's got 23.
And I respect the strategy. Despite the sizable lead, you got to stay in attack mode.
You want to stay aggressive, right at the rim, driving another nail into the coffin.
Heat ball.
Fontecchio's checked in for the Pistons.
For your Pistons, Fontecchio.
Miami has gone 4 of 4 from outside during the fourth. Right wing. Driving inside, and he goes in for the dunk.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Well, Grant, you had to guard some of the greats in your career, including Jordan and Kobe, LeBron. Who was the toughest to cover?
Well, for the record, I didn't really like guarding any of them, if I'm being honest. But no one, in my opinion, tops Michael Jordan. Of course, I had to guard Kobe the most, and he was very relentless, had no weaknesses. And, you know, I was in my late 30s on one ankle, but who's counting?
Here's T. The Pistons getting their last shot to go. That one drops for him. T's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Sasser. Pass to Fontecchio. Here's Metu. B grabs the board. Driving to the basket. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect. A-Train's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. Here's Sasser. It's Metu, high post. Over Rose. Deflected. Pass to T. Takes it inside. And he dunks it down.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
T's gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight. Here's Sasser, guarded by Rose. Here's Sasser, tipped. Here's A-Train, pass to T. Here's B. From downtown. And again, Miami with a triple.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Here's Rose. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Derrick Rose in open space is a treat to watch. Love the way he took off and scored that one.
They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
All alone on the break. Here's the great one. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
That was great anticipation on the steal. A gamble that paid off.
And the Pistons with possession here after the basket by Miami. And here we go, the Heat fast break. And count that. 2 points.
Shot's
and
good.
A chance for one more at the line.
Shot's good. They just haven't been able to get back at all on the defensive end.
At the line for the Heat, Rose. Derrick Rose. One shot.
One shot.
And that one falls for Rose.
Explosiveness by Derrick Rose is one of the reasons why a lot of guys do not want to guard him.
Ivy against Rose. tip, nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for third most steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Now here's Ivy. He swipes the ball away again.
He has been an absolute thief on the floor. Another steal.
And by the way, that swipe puts him tied for second all time for most steals in a game. What a defensive effort for him.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Pass to Wiseman to stop the drought, and he lays it in.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Here's B. A-Train passes to B. Again, the Heat score.
Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
B's gone 4 of 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Ivy against Rose. Ivy passes to Wiseman. Count it. Good.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Wiseman's gone 3 of 7 tonight. Here's T. Jacks up a 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
3 points.
And Detroit is shooting a very low 20% for this game so far. Here's Ivy.
Gotta D up Jaden from the mid-range. He doesn't lack confidence pulling up from there.
And here are the Heat now. T passes to A-Train. Here's the great one. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
Detroit shooting only 36% since the fourth quarter started. Here's Grimes. Up top, Wiseman. Ivy outside. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by A-Train.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
From deep, Rose. Oh, he's been lethal. Connecting again, making him 9 for 9.
How about his aggressiveness from 3? He caught fire in the first half. Now hits his second one since the break. He's a bad, bad man.
Ivy passes to Grimes. Back to Ivy. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Ivy's gotten 4 this quarter.
Finding a way to a look. Jaden Ivy beats them with his speed.
Here's Rose. And there's another one for the Heat.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Ivy with the ball. 1:58 left in the fourth. Pass to Metu. Back to Ivy. And he lobs it up to the rim. Here's T. To the wing on the left. Here's the great one. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Heat.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And add another one to the books for them. They've been on cruise control all year long, and now they've just won their 67th game this year.
They have proven to simply be the better team of the two, winning all 4 games in this season series.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the great one.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Here's Cunningham. The Heat making their last shot. Blocked! Westbrook outside. Pass to A-Train. There's 49 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. From deep, gets the 3 to fall.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Now here's Ivy. Wiseman in the high post. Antetokounmpo's there. They need this. Antetokounmpo with the block. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win. Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Pass to Grimes. Got a hand on it. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Giannis, you had a big lead going into the break. You guys never let up. What did Coach tell you at the half?
Coach at the half, he told us to keep having fun, keep playing together, play hard, try to rebound the ball because it's our job to run it down.
And that you did. Congrats on the win, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
it.